Good afternoon. Welcome to the Meditation Museum. How many of you, this is your first time here? Well, a special welcome to you. This museum is a special place. It's a museum about you. It's a museum about the inward journey, about discovering everything that's beautiful within you, and also recognizing anything that we're holding on to that disconnects us from that part of ourselves. This museum is run by the Brahma Kumaris, which is a worldwide organization. We have over 9,000 meditation centers around the world in 130 different countries. But this museum and its sister museum in Tyson's Corner are the only meditation museums in that network of 9,000 centers. Here in Washington, we wanted the centers to have a special feel, and a museum is a special place. You don't have to be a member, you don't have to register, you can just come. And so we wanted this place to have that same sort of feeling. We have a very, very wonderful program for you today. We have Desert Rose here all the way from South Africa. And we're going to be broadcasting this program today on Facebook Live. So we invite you to take out your phone and to send a message to any of your friends, hashtag Meditation Museum or hashtag American Meditating or hashtag Brahma Kumaris, and let them know to watch this on Facebook Live. So Lynne Holmes and Yusuf Ganief are Desert Rose. And Lynne is the winner of numerous awards. She began performing when she was 13. She performed with the National Symphony on a nationally televised program. And she's been, one of the highlights of her career is she composed and performed for Nelson Mandela in 1995. And she's also composed 15 albums of world music. And she's internationally recognized as a leader in composing sacred world music. Yusuf Ganief was raised in the tradition of Sufism, and in those teachings. And he was brought by the generations of his ancestors who were from Malaysia and from Java. And at age 10, he joined a Sufi group and became very well known as a solo vocalist in the Arabic language. He gave up his corporate patronage, his corporate position, in 2006, and formed this group with Lynne Holmes. And he is, in addition to being the business manager of the group, he's also the lead multilingual vocalist, performing in all kinds of ancient languages: Sanskrit, Arabic, Aramaic, Hebrew, in addition to French and English and Spanish. So please welcome to the stage Lynne Holmes and Yusuf Ganief, Desert Rose. Welcome. We are in for such a treat today because they were doing a sound check earlier, and we got to hear a sample of this incredible, incredible music. And before we begin, though, I think it'd be really good to learn a little bit about them and learn about how the group is formed. And could you tell us a little bit about the formation of Desert Rose, how it came about?
Firstly, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
And thank you, brother, for such a generous introduction. From my side, I started studying music at the age of 6 and had a very strict upbringing in Western classical music, and went to university and continued to study as a performer. And after that, circumstances didn't allow me to continue a performing career. And I chose the next best thing, which was to go inward and to start composing and creating music. And from that, I was signed up with a record company in London in 1999, Passion Music, by Les McCutcheon. He was the manager of Shack Attack.
Yeah, I remember Shack Attack.
Yeah, and he kind of saw me as an African Enya. And so he financed my first album, where I drew from also indigenous elements in the production. So I sang and produced the album, which went worldwide. Of course, I barely saw a cent from it, so I decided to go out on my own and continue to, because I love writing music. And that's what when I was writing the music for Sands of Time, my debut album, I was always looking for an Eastern voice. I just heard this Eastern scale, and I had no idea that right at my doorstep there was this culture, the Sufi culture. And I remember trying to get an opera singer to mimic an Arabic or Hindi singer, and it was a total disaster. And only years later did I meet Yusuf, and I was amazed that right on my doorstep there was the Sufi culture, and we all so segregated in Cape Town. It's a cosmopolitan city, but everybody lives in their own pockets. And most certainly, sacred Sufi music does not mix with other genres of music. So this was really the very first time that this crossover took place in the Western Cape.
So, well, that's a good lead-in. So, we were talking about your music and hearing pieces of it. You use a lot of ancient languages in your music.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you use those languages?
Well, when I went into composition, I spent many years studying the impact of music on the brain, the emotions, the body. And I explored, I actually studied linguistics as well, a little bit. And I explored some of the ideas behind linguistics. Mainstream linguists believe that music is actually a byproduct of language as we know it today, but there are other linguists who believe that the very first proto-language was music.
Wow.
And this is why it makes absolute sense that music has such a strong impact on the brain and the emotions, and you have no defense to it. You will be impacted by music. You can't actually block it, because it goes right into the auditory cortex, to the older parts of the brain, the reptilian and the mammalian part of the brain, which directly impacts on the autonomic nervous system. So it will affect your breathing, it will affect your emotion, your heartbeat, your blood pressure.
So is that why music can have such healing power sometimes?
Yes, absolutely. So my experience was that ancient languages, also sacred ancient languages, this golden thread of sound really has the capacity to connect us, to reconnect us, because language as we know it today really divides us, because we use language in a way we understand it with the intellect, and it goes through the executive part of the brain. So there's interpretation, and that creates a lot of our division.
Wow.
And problems that we have with each other today by the very nature of modern language. Ancient language you don't use the executive part of the brain. It just washes over, and the repetitive nature of mantra shuts down that part of the brain, and is just this expansive experience.
Wow. So both with you and Yusuf, are students of Raj Yoga meditation. So tell us about the connection between Raj Yoga meditation for you and the sacred world music that you perform.
We've had incredibly powerful experiences in using music as a precursor to silence. One can say that the music, the sound, almost is like taking a shower after you're sweaty.
I love that.
And in Sufism, when you pray, and in a lot of religions and cultures, when you pray, you wash. First, you take wudu, or you wash away the dirt that you've accumulated through your actions, through your words, and through your vision and your ears. And in a way, music does that for you, because the ego, the thoughts that are generated, and the emotions that are generated from one's own ego, which is related to past experiences and sanskars, that keeps us in chaos. And when you use sound as a precursor to silence, it takes us from chaos into order. And sacred sound is order. Divine order, divine geometry.
Well, so we're looking forward to our cleansing shower of music today. So what do you want the listeners to experience? What do you think they experience when listening to your music?
Well, I certainly don't want to dictate that. We can't promise anything, but if you...
Or what do you hope then?
I really feel from the bottom of my heart that sacred sound helps you to surrender.
Achha.
It's a form of surrendering, and one needs that. You need to surrender before you are given the grace of divine connection.
Well, with that, let us all surrender to this incredible experience that you're about to have. This wonderful music. Welcome, Lynne, Yusuf, Desert Rose.
Thank you, David. Would you like to add anything, brother?
I'd just like to welcome everyone. Take this opportunity, maybe put your cell phones away, put it off for a change for a few minutes, and take a break from yourself, from the mind, which is constantly, either in the past or in the future, and often takes you away from this present moment, and just to be. And like Lynne said, we can't dictate what you need to feel, but allow yourself to surrender the intellect to the intellect that has created you, that has given us the gift to come together here today to share, and that has created everything around you that you see, whether you call it Baba, Allah, Buddha, whatever. The one thing we do know is that there is a higher power that has created all of this, which we still don't even understand. We can't even understand the depth of a tree within the context of this wonder. So let us surrender to that, which cannot be named, I think. Yeah. We're going to start off with a song called Remembrance. It was the first one that Lynne and I did together, and exactly 10 years ago. And at that point in time, we did not know about the Brahma Kumaris. The song uses the names, Arabic names, of the soul qualities of God, Rahman and Rahim, which is compassion and mercy. Which, if we had all of that, if we could just have those two, I think the world would be a much better place. So I invite you to allow yourself to feel that within you. Yeah.
moving further east into the ancient Sanskrit of Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. All beings have a right to well-being and happiness, and let us hold that thought and blessing here now for everyone. So we move away from all the suffering of the experiences that life offers us. Our concert in Oakland was probably our most powerful experience so far in America, where we did a concert for Black Lives Matter and healing all the broken hearts and the mothers who had lost children to the violence. And this is the power of the sacred sound to take us into the seed of the soul, where we can reclaim our respect, our self-respect, our self-love, and our connection to our divine power. And this is how we heal. No one can take that away from you. great teacher that takes us from darkness into light, from ignorance into awakening, from death to immortality. We invite you to go deeper and deeper into the self, into the soul now, as we sing the ancient Syriac Aramaic, the original language of Jesus Christ. Avun de Bashmaya, Nitkad Ashmoch, Tete Malkutach. O Mother, Father, birther of the cosmos.
Bashmaya Nikadashmu Tete Malkuta Nekhway Sibyanach Aikana da Bashmaya Afbara Khawflan Lakhma Desun Kanan Yawmana Washbuklan Khawbayayn Wakhdayn دفخنا سكن الخيمين ويل تخلا لنسونا عيلا بتسا من بشار متول دلاخ إيما الكتاب وعيلا وتشبك تعال لو لم ألمين الماء لو لم ألمين الماء Bashmaya Nikadashamu Tete Malkuta Nechwe Sivayanach Eikana Dabashmaya Avbara خوف لا لخمة دسون كنعان يومانا واشبك لان خوبين وقتين أي كان دفخنا سكن الخيبين ويل تخلن لنسونا عيل بتسن من بشار متود الأخ إيم الكتاب ويلا وتشبك تعال لولا المين المين There's only one. My only thought is to be with the one, to open my eyes to see the one, for my heart to feel the love of one, to hear the voice of truth. There is only one, only the love of one, unlimited and eternal is the love of one. There is only one, only the love of one. So don't forget to be a part of the dance of love. There's only love. My only thought is to be in this love. There is only one, only the love of one, unlimited and eternal is the love of one. There is only one, only the love of one. So don't forget to be a part of the dance of love. So don't forget to be a part of the dance of love.
The worst thing that we as human beings can do, or a nation can do, is to be divided. This is how the worst atrocities happen. So when we can go into soul consciousness, we can go beyond that division and find a place of common ground. As Rumi said, beyond all wrongdoing and all right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. And when the soul rests in that field, the world is too great to talk about.
Shivaya.
And when we have reached the height of our degradation as a human race in the Iron Age in which we are in, we call out to Shiva, the great purifier, the benevolent one, to help us to return to our original state of purity. And in this, it is required of us that we surrender. We surrender first the intellect and the mind, and then we surrender these organs, these hands, this voice, this body, the organs of action, to a higher service to bring back order in this chaos. So man manabhav, madhyajivav. We surrender this mind and we surrender this body.
Adhyajibha
rest my mind on you. It's all I need to do to free my mind from pain and sorrow. I give this life to you. It's all I want to do. I surrender to you. Mana Baba, Madhya Jiva. Mana Baba, Madhya Jiva. I rest my mind on you. It's all I want to do. I give this life to you. I surrender to you. Mana Baba, Madhya Jiva. Rest my mind on you. It's all I need to do to free my mind from pain and sorrow. I give this life to you. It's all I want to do. I surrender to you. Mana Baba.
So we'll sing 2 more songs for the afternoon. I think we're going to do something different now. We sing many different kinds of music for different venues, different audiences. But it would be lovely to share something from Africa before we end. Some of you may be aware of the first nation in Africa, the first people. They're the oldest people in the world, the Bushmen. And like all other first people, they were taken out by white people. And this song is a tribute. In the context of climate change, Cape Town has really, really been shattered, and this is part of our work. And also the first people, indigenous people around the world who've contributed the least to the problem are suffering the most. Specifically, the Bushman people will not be able to inhabit the Kalahari Desert for much longer, as the temperatures will reach unmanageable heights. So we were very fortunate to be taught a lost ancient Bushman language called Ngu. And that's what we're going to sing for you. It's an ancient Nama Nu rain chant, which we wrote because of the drought. And I'm going to play a very ancient African instrument called the uwadi. This instrument is traditionally played by a woman in Africa. It first started out as a bow and arrow for hunting and developed into a music instrument, which is probably the precursor to all modern instruments today. Women traditionally play it and they sing, sharing memories of their relatives, remembering ancestors, friends, cousins, and it's a very beautiful instrument.
Sida ngaunitse sida inse nganuba abakawire inhuna uwire ida sida hati uwire
Sida inse. No ba aba awire. Sida inse. No ba aba awire. Sida inse. No ba aba awire. Sida inse.
Nanu baba kawire. Sidainse chui quase apotse sida naonitse sidainse nanoba abakawire inkhuna uwire ida sida khati uwire.
So we'll end now with the Sanskrit Om Namo Gurudev Namo, upholding the vision, the highest vision for one another as souls, and respecting the divine spark in each and every one. Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. What amazing, amazing, amazing experience. We all have a one-handed clap, silent clap, silent clap. I want you to just play for the rest of the afternoon. Yes, indeed. Wow, did you all enjoy that? That was wonderful. Yeah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Okay.
It's an amazing treat to have you here with us. I wanted to mention too that there is an opportunity to hear more. So Desert Rose is going to be at Busboys and Poets on Monday night with Alice Walker, you know, the author of The Color Purple. And it's the 5th Street location. Yeah, yeah. 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 Yes, indeed. So I just heard that they're going to live stream it there. So definitely, but if you have an opportunity, check it out. You heard me mention that that Desert Rose is produced over 15 CDs. And the great news is that there are 10 of them, 10 different CDs for sale in the back here. And check it out. I know I am definitely going to check it out. There's 10 different CDs that are for sale there. I think they're $20 each. So check out the bookshop that we have in the back. We also have a book sale today at 50% off. We have a special deal on 2 of Sister Jenna's meditation CDs, Off the Grid and Inclusion Revolution. A pair of them are $10.99. And for those of you that are your first time here, we have you'll notice the little gifts we have for you in the chair. Take this card, this Soul Awareness, Body Awareness card. And on the reverse, we invite you to download the Pause for Peace app. This is a free app that you can download for your smartphone that has all kinds of tools that will help your meditation practice. Also, check out the American Meditating Radio Show, hosted by Sister Jenna. There are over 1,000 shows posted now, and it's online, so you can listen to whatever show you want to. And there's always something new and wonderful. Yeah, you guys should be on that show for sure. They definitely should have Lynne and Yusuf on the show. Finally, I want to mention that Sister Jenna, the director of the museum, is coming back from India very shortly, and she's going to have a special program on compassion for the self on the 27th, compassion and self-care on the 27th of October. And then also on the 1st of October, the 1st of November, Sister Jenna and Reverend Sylvia Sumter from the Unity Church in downtown DC are going to be doing a program, Trust in a Changing World. So please join us. And, excuse me, I said trust in the changing world. It's not trust in a changing world. Yes, trusting our inner voice. Thank you, Antonia.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting our inner voice. And then, how many of you have taken the Raj Yoga meditation course here? Well, quite a few of you have, yeah. Do you know about the Raj Yoga meditation course? It's a free course that we offer in all the Brahma Kumaris centers. We offer it once a month here, beginning the first Monday of the month, and it runs for 6 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2 weeks. And it's also offered in our Tyson's Corner Museum. But a special opportunity in November. Sister Jenna, the director of the museum, is going to be teaching the Raj Yoga course at the 6:30 p.m. session here at the Meditation Museum in Silver Spring. So if you haven't taken the course, the Raj Yoga course, come and join us for that. It's offered for free, as are all our workshops here at the Meditation Museum. Thank you again to Lynne and Yusuf for this wonderful, wonderful experience today. It's such a treat to have you with us. Let's have another round of applause for them. Thank you.